The young and the restless viewers haven't seen Summer since she said her goodbyes and left Genoa City to return to Italy. And back in April, Allison Lanier announced that her final scene on the CBS soap would be on May 2nd. "I've loved the journey and learned so much, but it's time to grow in a different direction," she stated, then went on to express how grateful she was for the fans who had supported her. So, what's the actress been up to these days? Lanier recently posted 13 photos of her special little someone, a super cute pup named Georgie. "3 months with my Georgie girl," the actress shared. "I can't believe I was ever without her." The photos featured her furry pal front and center and solo shots, and, of course, ones with her mama, who could be seen all smiles as she received sweet kisses from Georgie. Many of Lanier's former castmates jumped into the comments to send their approval through including Melissa Ordway Abbey, Melissa Claire Egan, Chelsea, Brittany Sarpy Elena, Eileen Davidson, Ashley, Tracy E. Bregman, Lauren, Susan Walters, Diane and Rory Gibson, ex-Noah. General Hospital's Michael as Lauralee Bell Christine, simply stated, "Cuties." Lanier also shared a couple of Instagram stories, one captioned BTS, as she scrolled on her cell with Georgie lounging on the patio and a close-up of the pup relaxing on the deck. "Though we miss seeing her in Genoa City, we're glad that the actress will have Georgie by her side this summer, and always. Genoa City, with its twists of betrayal and unexpected reunions, gave Summer Newman an especially dramatic final act. But for actress Allison Lanier, the journey over these 3 years taught her more about herself than any television plot ever could. Just as her character walked away, Lanier discovered another force in her life, someone she now famously says, "She can't believe I was ever without." A Star is recapped when Allison Lanier first stepped onto the CBS soap opera in May 2022, taking over the mantle of Summer Newman from Hunter King. It wasn't just another casting change. It was a passing of a powerful legacy character handed to a fresh face. Summer, the daughter of Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, has driven Genoa City's most turning points since her on-screen debut in 2006. Yet, stepping into those well-worn shoes meant Lanier had to demonstrate she could hold her own, and boy, did she. What followed in her first year was a dizzying ride. Summer's toxic dynamics with Diane Jenkins, wedding Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, navigating motherhood, grief, and deception sometimes all at once. "I like her so far. She has a level of pleasant confidence that's kind of refreshing," noted one Reddit fan of her debut. A roller coaster of emotions from early on, Lanier was handed emotionally rich material mirroring her own internal struggles. In a Soap Opera Digest interview, she reflected on the moments Summer feared losing her son Harrison. She admitted the storyline's depth allowed her as an actor to explore real human fragility. "Losing or potentially losing a child is probably one of the most traumatic things that can happen," she told Digest, explaining how she channeled intense personal emotion into Summer's desperation. That storyline became a linchpin for her 2024 Daytime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress, an acknowledgement of her skill and the authenticity she brought to the role. In the eye of storms, Lanier's Summer saw Genoa City explode in chaos, her mother dying, Diane's surprise return from the dead, a saboteur stirring family secrets, and the simmering storm of maternal rivalry between Phyllis and Diane. Phyllis' hatred of Diane completely blinded her, Lanier once observed, noting that Summer was hurt as her mother's vendettas often overshadowed Summer's own needs. Yet Summer blossomed into a determined mother and an executive force, taking the reins of Marchetti under the Abbott empire, while continuing to juggle marriage and motherhood. Her final episode then came April 30, 2025. On social media, Lanier released her emotional farewell. "Hi guys. This Friday, May 2nd, will be my last episode on Y&R. I've loved the journey, but it's time to grow in a different direction." Fans were wistful. Rumors flew about dramatic exits for other stars, including Chelsea Lawson and Sally Spectra. But it was Summer's departure that dawned most brightly and most sadly for viewers. Those final scenes were designed to tug at the heart, Summer taking in her surroundings at the Abbott estate one last time, face to face with Kyle as they shared a quiet moment for Harrison's sake, leaving her family's home in teary tenderness, an all too familiar soap opera, mirror of closure and new beginnings. Into the sunrise, the one she can't believe, "I was ever without us," her final credits rolled. Allison Lanier stepped off-screen and into what she describes as the most unexpected yet profound chapter of her life. In interviews following her departure, she's been candid, while filming intense, emotional arcs for Summer, She felt something was missing in her own life. I realized I was burying myself in my work, she shared with TV Insider, reflecting on the burnout that came from intertwining Summer's trials with her own spirits day after day. When she spoke of someone she can't believe I was ever without, she was referring not to a showbiz colleague or Hollywood groupie, but to her long-silenced self-care and close personal relationships, the ones waiting patiently behind the glare of studio lights. She revealed that stepping away from Y&R allowed her to rebuild a sense of balance. She reconnected deeply with family, particularly with her sister, who she confesses she had supported too much while neglecting her. She rekindled friendships she hadn't truly sat down and nurtured in years. She took time to unclutter her mind and body, returning to yoga, quiet mornings, and long walks where there was no script. Those moments became my anchor, just being present without anticipation of a scene or line, she said. That kind of presence is what I can't believe I was ever without. The power of the pause in Hollywood and daytime television. Pausing is perilous. Momentum is currency, and roles are coveted. But Lanier's departure felt intentional, not because she was pushed, but because she chose to step into possibility. She lingered on Instagram in April, speaking of growth in a different direction, hinting that she wasn't walking away from acting, but toward a version of herself she had set aside. Her message struck a chord. Fans responded with gratitude and hope. "Thank you for making Summer Newman into a character I truly care about," wrote one user. Another echoed, "Summer felt so real because of you." And through it all, Lanier responded actively, showing her own gratitude for those who welcomed her transformation, on screen and off. What's next? A new chapter unfolds. Lanier didn't leak industry reveals or tease a Netflix deal. Instead, she declared independence, choosing to explore indie film, pure theater, or smaller-scale storytelling. She said she's excited to explore different characters and genres, promising her departure was bittersweet, but the right move for my career and personal well-being. Rather than chasing her next starring role, she's taken calls that fuel her creatively, not necessarily ones that pay. She's working on passion projects across film, supporting women behind the camera, and even considering returning to her modeling roots. Not to chase fame, but to align with purpose. Her remark about someone she can't believe I was ever without continues to resonate, not as a cryptic teaser of a romantic partner, but as a heartfelt phrase, acknowledging what she rediscovered within. Time to heal, treasure, and tend everything outside my public identity. Why it matters. In a business that accelerates at relentless speed, Lanier's choice to step back is radical innocence. It says, it's okay to pause. It's okay to prioritize balance. You can leave your legacy role and still be enough. For women in and out of Hollywood, it's a rare model of self-care aligned with ambition. She showed us that actresses, often forced into public personas, can refuse invisibility when it comes to personal well-being. She invited fans into a conversation about voice, autonomy, and the soul's whisper behind the spotlight. The lasting impression she has. Summer Newman's chapters close in Genoa City, her love with Kyle, her son's future, the unanswered question of her returnal. Lanier has been crafting a story off-screen just as powerful. She's showing that, sometimes, the most compelling character arc is our own. That woman who can't believe I was ever without isn't a stranger. She's the same one who showed up each day on set. She's the one who reclaimed her own story when Summers was winding down. And she's the one who just might keep surprising us for real, off-script, and as herself. In closing, in the end, Fitz vacations and Genoa City may fade, but the lesson echoes. Growth demands both arrival and departure. Allison Lanier has given us both. She's reminded daydreamers of the power in turning the page, and she's done so, not with bombshell casting news, but with an invitation to discover the person we always carried, waiting patiently behind the roles we play. So here's to Allison Lanier, for saying goodbye to Summer Newman with grace, and for saying hello to the one she can't believe I was ever without. It wasn't just a line. It was her life, redrawn, and we can't wait to read what she pens next.